Hey YouTube, it's getting that time again. It's been a while. I want to say well over a couple of years since I've had this, and I've been purposely not doing anything to it in order to be able to show you kind of what happens when you don't clean these things. Look at me risking my health for the sake of YouTube content. No, honestly, the first version of this, as I've said, is pretty horrible. So the version 2 or the Opal 2.0 has been really great for us. I have not had any problems with ice or mold or anything with this new system. So I haven't really wanted to do anything to it because I wanted to see, how long it would take for it to get really gross. And so there would be a satisfying, opening reveal at the time I decide to clean it for you guys so you could see all the stuff in there. But it's been making some noise. It's been making that dreaded sort of squealing sound when it makes ice for the first time in I don't know how many years I've had this. I think it's probably because of a buildup of scale. Most likely is what that is. So I'm going to take a look with this deep tech thing that I have had for I don't know how long. I got it free. Um, and I thought to myself, I'm never going to have a use for this, but I might as well, keep it. So we're going to turn this on and we're going to put the camera inside and see what we can see. All right, what is this? The Depths Tech is a 1080p camera with a light on the end. I'm sure you've seen them in like videos about cleaning out pipes and stuff. And I thought it would be a good way of getting up into the area where the ice comes out to see if there's any buildup up in there, which I'm sure there is. And yes, we have very hard water here, even though we don't use hard water in this thing. We only use reverse osmosis or spring water in it. But it does develop buildup over time. This is why you don't want to use tap water in these things. So this is the area, I don't know how well you can see this, where the ice gets made and comes out. It's like a circular area. You can actually stick your hand up here pretty easily, like to clean out extra ice or whatever, but you can't really get all up in there unless you take it apart. But it's just good to kind of see there's a lot of buildup that happens in here. You can use descaler, which I did run through here, but I can't say that it, obviously didn't do a very good job. So I'm going to have to eventually open this up and really see if I can get a good cleaning in there. I do not want to do that today because I'm a little tired and that's going to be quite a bit of work. I could probably wipe some of that down with a cloth if I could get in there with my hand, but this is stuff you're going to have to kind of chip away at and get some proper cleaning. I think there's also an area up top. I'm not sure if I can get to it with the camera. That's really hard to get to unless you take the top off. Yeah, I can't really get in there, unfortunately, with this. But yeah, I think that's where the source of the squeaking is coming from, because it's only happening when ice is being made. So, gonna have to get in there and do a cleaning, which means, yay, for you guys that have been following me all this time, you'll finally be able to see the reveal of me opening this up, and we can see how much mold is in there, which I don't think probably a lot has collected, but you never know. It could be very surprising. And as I said, normally I would not do this to an ice machine, but I'm doing it just to be able to show you guys. Honestly, I would never think of doing this, like not cleaning it, not doing anything. Like, that's just insane to me. But Everyone really wants to see what it kind of looks like in there when I open it, so that's why I've been waiting so long. But the ice has been perfectly fine. There hasn't been any residue in it. There hasn't been any like weird mold, which we used to get, I want to say, every couple days in the first version of this ice maker. But yeah, there's a lot. You can even see the staining and kind of the hard water, even though, again, we don't use hard water, but we have an RO system that we put water in here. But I think still there's a lot of some of the existing sediment gets up in there. I don't know if you can see this hole. So if you have an ice maker, you can get up in there with your hand, like I said. And probably many of you have sometimes, just to kind of clean out some of the extra ice or, you know, whatever. But as you can see, again, it's going to need a lot of cleaning, a lot of descaling. So I want to get to that this week. It's a little bit rough some days. I have chronic illness, so I tend to be kind of exhausted and in pain a lot of the time. So undertaking something like taking this apart and getting in there and making a video, it may seem like it's pretty easy for a lot of you, but for me it's sometimes pretty time consuming and it can be a lot of effort. But I do want to get a video made for you guys, and I do want to get in here and clean it since it's finally starting to make noise. So hopefully I'll be able to get to that sometime this week. I definitely want to do it this week. Maybe on the weekend, but probably during the week. So stay tuned. And again, thanks for subscribing and hanging out and being patient. And soon we'll open this thing up and see what we can see.